Yeah, I just want to say it was a tough one. We were really trying to send our seniors out the right way today. It was focused. The game plan was pretty solid. I think the rebounding hurt us in the third quarter. We had a game plan, stuck with it pretty solidly. These two guys had great games, looking for the shots. And so it was frustrating not to send our seniors out, but, on to the next.
All right, we will open it up for questions for student athletes whenever you're ready.
Demila, you led the team in scoring tonight and had some key buckets down the stretch. How did you feel about your performance today?
I feel I had a pretty solid performance tonight. I mean, obviously that doesn't really mean anything if we didn't get the win, but, I'm just happy to be able to bounce back. But, like Coach said, it's on to the next, and we have to get a win out of it.
And that's kind of a question for both of you, but obviously they celebrated the 3 seniors after the game today. Do either of you have any kind of stories or favorite memories from any of the 3 seniors?
I mean, I'll just say, being a transfer here, after one season at another rival Big Ten school, all 3 of them really, welcomed me with, open arms, and they were just really helpful in, the transition process getting into here. So I've grown to love all of them. And Sarah being a transfer, too, just with her expertise, she's really helped me in a lot of different ways on and off the court. And even Gio, just both huge support systems for us. We can go to them with anything. So I don't really have, a particular story, but I'll just say that about them.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as Kendall. I came in late, and being a transfer here, Sarah FaceTimed me randomly while I was on my way here. Didn't know her from a can of paint, and she was just like, "Hey, I'm Sarah." And so from the funniest story I have is just us making fun of her accent, and whenever we call a play, we say "stagger," and just however she says it, and Gio. So all of them have left an impact on us, and we're all super close, and it's just too many stories to count, too many memories.
For sure. And obviously, to go back to basketball, you guys are matched up against Wisconsin in the first round of the Big Ten tournament. Can either of you guys give me kind of your thoughts on, just the tournament in general and how you're feeling going into it?
Well, we've played Wisconsin a few times already, so I think we kind of know what we need to do going in, which I think is kind of a good thing for the Big Ten tournament, just having an idea of who you're playing. But I love tournament time. I love postseason. I think anything can happen, and it's an exciting, anxious time of year, so I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's my first tournament because my first one got cut short by COVID. So, I'm looking forward to it. I'm, excited to play Wisconsin because we've split, so beatable, and it's a win that we can get.
That's all I have.
All right. Kendall, Demila, thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
So, Coach, despite the score, you guys were quite competitive for the overwhelming majority of the game. Can you tell me a little bit about what happened towards the end on the defensive end as Rutgers kind of pulled away?
A combination of 2 things. We felt like our game plan, we were packing it in, the rotations were good, and then it's just like you lose one assignment. They started, when they hit a couple of threes, what happened is we had a solid inside, and you could feel some kids pull when they hit it, and I was like, that's not enough. Also, Dixon, she has not played all year. She's been back now about the last 8 games. She's a difference maker, and so that rotation became tough because she started elevating her quickness, and we were trying to make sure we stayed with the physicality of getting over the ball screen, and then we lost the boards because our posts now had to hold over too long, and that's when the backside started opening up on them. And then, we had to hit some shots, and answer, and we didn't on a consistent basis. And I feel like we get a couple kids, but we got to get 4. You have to have 4 scores on a consistent basis at this level, and I think that's what we're trying to find. And I know it's late, but these 2 came out really aggressive. Kendall, I knew she had that 15 to 17 footer all year, and it was great to see her come out and have that confidence to shoot it. And the same with Dee. Dee was really hunting her shot tonight.
And so obviously you guys are done with the regular season, and as I mentioned before, you're playing Wisconsin in the first round, who you guys have beaten this season. As a coach going into this, anything can happen in the tournament, but what do you feel about your team's chances to advance as far as you can in Indy?
This team has gone through a lot in January and February, and they've hung in there, and they've been resilient. They keep fighting, and if that's what we'll do again. I mean, this could be a broken locker room. It is not. Okay, and I'm proud of them for that. And so that's a conversation. This is why you play in postseason, and you take it day by day and practice by practice, and that's what we'll do.
And it's the last question I got, but I asked the players about some of the impacts the three seniors have had on them. But for you, as someone that recruited these people to come down to Champaign, what are your kind of thoughts on them as they finish their Illini careers?
I look at Eva Rubin, and Eva transferred in. She's an Illinois player, an Illinois kid. It meant a lot to us in the program. I think her impact outreaches even the basketball court. She's been very active in this community and representative for someone that's is diabetic and can play, and the things that she's had to go through to play. Sarah takes the record for the number of questions I've ever been asked in 1 year by one player. You can tell the basketball coach in her, and she's obviously been a really good teammate by just listening to them talk. Gio's from Brazil. I mean, the commitment to come this far. If you could see the passion, if you just know Gio, what you see on her sleeve is what you see in her heart, and that is why these three are so loved by the team, because of those qualities that all three have are different, but make them really proud that they're Illini.